So the solemnity of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Mary, by the power of God, is taken up, body and soul, into heaven. St. Paul in our second reading tells us that Jesus ascended body and soul into heaven, and this then was the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep. Jesus, his physical body, being able to go to heaven, which is the place of union with God. And since God the Father is pure spirit, this seems kind of weird. But it reveals the love that God has for his creation. That he wants the physical world, which he created, along with the spiritual world, to be with him. So Jesus' resurrection and ascension into heaven is the first fruit, which means Mary, being assumed into heaven, body and soul, she's the second fruit. That's what I'm going to say. The rest of us are the third fruits, what happens at the end times. Okay. I highly recommend, if you haven't done this already, to pray the glorious mysteries of the Rosary. To allow yourself to meditate on specifically, or in particular today, the fourth glorious mystery, the Assumption of Mary. Now, if you don't think you're going to be able to get a full 5 decades in, just focus then, just pray that one decade, the fourth decade of the Rosary. But really expand it out. Give yourself some time to meditate as you pray, to visualize if you can, because some people, when you say close your eyes and visualize, they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So you're probably going to be bored with this homily. Sorry. To visualize if you can. Put yourself in the place near Mary. Mary who gives birth to the Son of God and then raises him, cares for him, travels with him when he becomes an adult, and watches him tortured and died. Is there when she gets to see him resurrected. So imagine the pain of a mother losing a child. Some of you don't have to imagine it. You've experienced it. Mary's experienced it too. But then she got to experience seeing him again, resurrected. But then she had to lose him a second time when he ascended into heaven. So now, ponder this. Mary, who remains faithful, even through the great difficulties, the fears and the scares, the persecution of the church, she remains faithful and prayerful. And at the end of her life, her body gets to be in heaven. Whose body is also in heaven, already there waiting? Her very own Son. Imagine, ponder now as you pray the fourth glorious mystery, what that reunion looked like. What that hug and embrace of mother and son must have felt like. They're waiting for you to be in heaven too. Do you want to experience that embrace? Because it won't happen right at the end of our life, but it'll happen at the second coming of Jesus when our body is reunited with our soul, depending on where our soul is at. At the end of our life, will our soul, because of the way we've lived our life, will our faith have been true and therefore pointing our soul to God? Or will the way we live our life, our soul will be turned away from God? Thereby, when our body is reunited with our soul, are we just going to be stuck hugging ourselves for eternity? Or will we be able to embrace Jesus and his mother Mary and whoever else is up in heaven, celebrating their perfect union with God? I don't know about you, but that gets me excited. I want to be able to embrace this Lord that I have given my life for. But I like to hug, so if you don't like to hug, maybe that's not a really good. I've got to think of something else for you. Sorry, I'll keep thinking, I guess. Mary, we ask for your intercession today and every day. Help us to grow in understanding of the importance of Jesus, your Son, the one who wants to bring us to God the Father, to perfect happiness. Mary, you show the way. You lead the way as we read about your actions in the Gospels. Thank you for your faithfulness. O Immaculate Heart of Mary, pray for us.